missing?
Yeah, but I don't know if I might have I don't know. It could have been something I grabbed with my keys and not realize it.
So, well, where would it be right now?
That's what I'm saying. Like, we looked through the house, but something in there. I don't want to put that as something that's missing when
you don't know for sure.
I don't know for sure. Right.
Okay.
I could have I pulled it when I was pulling in the garage light. No, nothing was.
Hello, you guys. How are you all? Thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Teacup, for the gifted membership and Sprinkled Donut. Thank you. I've freaking missed you guys. Just been busy. Life is busy, which is a good thing. But I hope you guys are doing well. We have some new stuff. So thank you to Little Red, who got us the latest filing, which looks like it was just filed yesterday. Or I'm sorry, not yesterday, May the 20th. And we're going to read through it. I only read the very beginning, and then I thought, you know what? This is a big deal. This is her filing for against the Kansas prisons, but we know she's back in Colorado. So I'm really interested to see. I did see, at first, they don't note that she's in Colorado. So I don't know. We'll look at it together. Please check out Lil Red's channel in the chat. And
working.
Yeah, let's look at this right before we get started.
And I had to go with me. So what I'm saying is I don't want to say that I didn't grab it.
Okay.
I just thought before we read the order, we could, see her get told that she's full of it. And Bogart, thank you for being a member for 10 months. Hello, and thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Was your car in the garage this morning? You pulled it out after he came and caught you. Okay. So I'm going to be completely honest with you. None of this makes any sense to me. It's weird. So I'm going to tell you how exactly I'm looking at it. He texts you right before he's coming home, and then the garage door won't work. You and tell me you hear it. Well, the only way that can happen for it to go partially up, it has to have power. I even tested it, and I turned the breaker off, and the garage door wouldn't move because they don't. I've never seen one that has a battery backup. Maybe some industrial type thing, but none that moves. And then there's no mud or dirt coming in that window, and nothing around it is.
Lady, thank you for being a member for 1 month.
Dirt. Normally, when somebody comes to a window, they knock stuff over and they get dirt on it and stuff like that. So I'm going to give you one chance to be honest with me. I do believe that whatever happened the other night did happen. You guys both saw.
Okay, so if you guys don't know, the Ward Case Studies and I got these body cams of Leticia from before the crime, and we put them out not long ago. I'm going to share her link. I actually almost asked Jen if she wanted to come up tonight, but I kind of need to be quick, so I thought we'll read through them and talk about it later. But please check out her channel. She's got some awesome stuff, Leticia related and not. Hey, Natasha. Okay. Arena, thank you for the super sticker. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, for real. Thank you. Haven't been on as much, and yeah, I just really appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, let's go.
All it happened. And I understand if you're scared, he's out working midnights, he's gone all night, and you want a reason to have him home.
No. Okay, no.
Do you see where I'm coming from, though?
No, sir. That is absolutely incorrect.
Okay. I just have to ask you because that's what everything is pointing to right now.
Wow. Okay.
I'm not calling you a liar or anything like that.
Albert, really?
Really, Albert?
I mean, he wasn't here.
Really, Albert, before we get into this, you guys that are coming in late, I'll say again, we are about to get into a new filing with Leticia's lawsuit against the Kansas prisons. It's actually an order, memorandum and order. So I thought before we listen to that, we could see, because it's not every day we get to see Leticia be told all about herself, or at least that she's full of it.
I'm telling you, I think I'm not.
Oh my God, are y'all insane?
No, Tisha.
I'm telling you what. I'm telling you what I'm thinking right now.
Oh, you're absolutely wrong.
And I could be. I'm not a genius.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm going inside. I cannot
Okay.
believe that you would let someone say that to me.
I'm not letting you. He's a police officer just trying to make sense of it. I'm trying to.
I can't believe you would let someone say that to me.
Well, it's not his fault. He doesn't control what I say.
I'm not listening.
Really?
He doesn't.
They have
Sorry. It's not his fault. He doesn't control what I say. Oh, what? Are you serious? How dare you? Albert. Oh my God. I just cannot. I love that he served it up to her too. Albert, really? Can you get me a monster can, please? B Crumbs, thank you. Thank you for gifting those memberships and welcome to the members. That's so sweet. Thank you, B Crumbs. Maybe I should see if I have some from YouTube while we're looking at this. Hold on. Let's just hear that one more time.
Well, it's not his fault. He doesn't control what I say. I'm thinking right
Oh, you're absolutely.
I'm not.
now. That's what everything is.
Wait.
Wow. Okay.
Here we go.
Okay. No.
Believe that whatever happened the other night did happen.
Mhm.
You guys both saw it happen. And I understand if you're scared, he's out working midnights, he's gone all night, and you want a reason to have him home.
Oh no. Okay. No.
Do you see where I'm coming from though?
No, sir. That is absolutely incorrect.
Okay. I just have to ask you because that's what everything is
Wow.
pointing to right now.
Wow. Okay.
I'm not calling you a liar or anything
wow,
like that.
Albert, really?
I don't know.
I mean, he wasn't here.
I'm not telling you. I think I'm not.
Oh my God, are y'all insane?
No, Tisha.
I'm telling you what.
Accusing you.
I'm telling you what I'm thinking right
Oh, you're absolutely wrong.
now. And I could be. I'm not a genius.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm going inside. I cannot
Okay.
believe that you would let someone say
Oh
that.
my
I'm
God.
not letting you. He's a police
Are you
officer.
serious? Oh my God. I just cannot get over that. Okay. Welcome to the new members. Thank you guys for being here. And yeah, I think I'm going to start doing members only streams like once a week, or I don't know. I don't know what else to do for members. Like you guys have emojis and stuff, but I think, and I've posted a video here and there, or because I try to post like some videos on Patreon too that aren't just on YouTube, but maybe we could do like a stream. I've been talking to Melissa about it for a long time. Like, what other name could I use that's not on a Monday, but is like would let people know it's a members only? I don't know. If you have any ideas, let me know though, because I definitely want to do that.
I'm just trying to make sense of it. I'm trying to.
I can't believe you would let someone say that to me.
Well, it's not his fault. He doesn't control what I say.
I'm not listening.
Really?
He doesn't.
Tisha, they have responsibility.
When I'm-
Really?
I get a
Feel like
CR
not
for a
even
second degree
taking
bird.
my
I'm
silence.
not-
I've been in the
He's
bedroom
not
all night,
attacking you.
scared to death.
Hey, don't-
We came home.
I
the
know,
other night
Arena.
terrified.
We did, yes, absolutely. We heard the noise and somebody definitely left.
But because you were with
Did you say
us,
4476?
it's legit, right?
That's not what, I'm not saying that.
I
Copy.
can't believe that.
Don't
All right.
listen to me.
I can't
No,
believe that.
it's not
So-
what this is about.
There's my card. All my information's on.
And then there he is trying to talk her down. It's pretty crazy to see like that. Okay, so I'm going to turn off my camera while I'm reading. Just one second there, you guys. Okay, so now we can get into the new filing. Again, thank you to Lil Red for getting this for us. I messaged her and I was like, have you seen any updates? And she's like, I can't believe it. There is one. Lil Red has a channel. I'm going to drop her link. Please check it out. Okay, so you guys know, first of all, Leticia Stauch has been suing the jails since she got in, right? She had this big lawsuit against, in Colorado against the food services provider, Trinity. It's called Trinity something. And then she gets moved to Kansas. And I think that she expected it to be better than it was. And we've seen through this lawsuit, I just can't believe that today we have an order and she got her freaking way. So we've seen she's been suing the Kansas Department of Corrections, you know, several of the people within that, including the warden, a few officers, just all these different people in the interstate, the ICC, right? And in her lawsuit, she was claiming a lot of stuff. You know, she claimed SA. She claimed that it was horrific living conditions. She claimed that they were retaliating against her for even having a lawsuit. She claimed that they literally told her, you're going to stay and yell, like made fun of her because for being Jewish. She calls it anti-Semitism, which we know she is not Jewish. She wanted to have the kosher meal plan, period. And that started at the last place she was at, or in the first place she was at in Colorado. So now we finally have an order with this lawsuit. We've been following along, right? And reading it, knowing that she got her way. So it was ordered on the 20th and filed immediately. So memorandum and order from Letecia Stauch versus Jeff Zmuda and many other defendants. Plaintiff Letecia Stauch. So what we're going to do, I've only read this first paragraph. We're going to find out together what's going on. I'll read a little bit as we go. We'll stop and talk, that kind of thing. You guys know the deal. Hey, Stacy, good to see you. Hey, Toe Beans, good to see you too. Good to see all you guys, Brandy. Thank you guys for being here. She is Jewish-ish. Yes, neat. Exactly. Oh, I'm glad that you're here too, Miss Virgo. I've missed you guys too. Wait a minute. He's the secretary, I think. Let me just look it up. Secretary of Corrections. But I'm just going to do a double check. Yes, Secretary of the Kansas Department of Corrections. So, there's a lot of others on there too, though. Okay. Hey, Sissy's mom. Oh my gosh, yeah, I've missed you guys. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about Idaho. I hope you guys will join me because Amber Truth Seeker, like 2 weeks ago, sent me this awesome file, which before we get into this, let me say this order and the link to this, what we're going over for Idaho, will both be posted on Patreon tonight on the free tier. You don't have to be a paid member. You just have to join Patreon as a free member, and you can get all the court documents we look at and this Idaho link. So it's a link of all these different photos from like when the crime scene people were first there, just everything. News from the start to finish, from before the crime. It actually starts with a picture of all the roommates on the porch, that night or that day before the crime was committed, and then it just goes through everything. So I can't wait to go through that with you guys. I think we can just hang out for a couple hours. It'll take a while, but I want to post that link and this paperwork on the free tier so you guys can check it out in the meantime. Okay. And on Patreon, we do, I'd post videos over there, post live streams. Sometimes the live streams are only for paid members, but occasionally they're for everybody. So, okay. Memorandum and order. Plaintiff Letecia Stauch acts pro se. She is a Colorado Department of Corrections prisoner housed in a Kansas state prison. Not anymore. Defendants are state employees who work with the Kansas Department of Corrections. I wonder if the judge knows that. What do you guys think? Would he be made aware of that or no? Doesn't sound like it in this first part, does it? I'm already needing a drink. Sorry. Y'all just don't know when you're reading court paperwork like this. It makes you thirsty. Okay. Or talking, period, for a long period of time. But defendants are state employees who work with the Department of Corrections. Plaintiff alleges defendants violated her constitutional rights and asserts claims under S. 1983. She raises claims about the denial of court access, Eighth Amendment violations, and failure to recognize and or accommodate her religious affiliation. She seeks compensatory damages and injunctive relief. Defendants move for partial dismissal. The court grants defendants' motion in part and denies it in part. Okay. The court concludes that it lacks subject matter jurisdiction over counts 1, 2, and 3 to the extent plaintiff seeks compensatory damages against the defendants in their official capacities. So not in their personal life, their personal finances, but in their official capacities. I guess that's the way I take it. The court dismisses these claims without prejudice. Ooh, without prejudice, so she can file it again under Rule 12b(1). The court also concludes that the Prison Litigation Reform Act forecloses plaintiffs' claims in counts 1 and 3 for compensatory damages. The court therefore dismisses these claims with prejudice. Ooh, Tisha, with prejudice. Okay. They also acknowledge that the court is mindful of Leticia's pro se status and liberally construes his filings and holds them to a less stringent standard than those drafted by lawyers. You better, considering there's a lot of mistakes, not only like punctuation and as far as grammar goes, but just spelling mistakes. Simple spelling mistakes. Hey, not that, Justin. Okay. The court denies without prejudice defendant's motion to dismiss the remaining portions of counts 1 and 3 for failure to satisfy the PLRA's exhaustion requirement because the defense depends on evidence outside the amended complaint, and the court elects not to convert the motion into one for summary judgment. Portions of claims 1, 2, and 3 remain in the case. Plaintiff has official capacity claims under counts 1, 2, and 3 against defendants for prospective injunctive relief. Plaintiff also has a claim in count 2. Wait, is this going to tell us why she was moved? We might find out if you think about it. Okay, let's keep going. So, official capacity compensatory damages claims. It would make sense timing wise, right? She was just moved, and if the court granted something for her to be moved back, I don't know. Let's see. The court lacks subject matter jurisdiction over Leticia's claims in counts 1, 2, and 3 to the extent she seeks damages from defendants in their official capacities. The 11th Amendment gives immunity from money damages claims to non-consenting states and its agencies. This immunity extends to state officials and employees. Interesting, when they are sued in their official capacities, because a judgment against a public servant in his official capacity imposes liability on the entity that he represents. Defendants are Kansas state employees and therefore immune to the extent money damages are sought against them in their official capacities. The court lacks subject matter jurisdiction over the official capacity compensatory damages claims that Leticia asserts and dismisses those claims under Federal Rule 12b(1) without prejudice. That's kind of interesting. Okay. Individual capacitory compensatory damages claims. So these people in their professional titles can't be forced to pay her. Let's see what else. Hey, Seven Lilies. Counts 1 and 3 fail to state plausible claims for compensatory damages against defendants in their individual capacities. Unlike official capacity damages claims, the 11th Amendment doesn't bar claims for money against defendants in their individual capacities. Indeed, quote, a suit for money damages may be prosecuted against a state officer in his individual capacity for unconstitutional or wrongful conduct fairly attributable to the officer himself. So, meaning they can force one of these officers to pay you but not as part of the prison, not as anything professional, just their personal finances, their personal records. Yeah, that's right. You guys let me know if I'm wrong. The fact that these sort of claims are inoffensible to the 11th Amendment does not automatically mean they are legally cognizable. As defendants point out, the PLRA bars compensatory damages for mental or emotional injuries that are not accompanied by physical injury, or commission of a sexual act. And as defendants also point out, plaintiff does not allege physical injury or a sexual act in connection with count 1 or 3 claims. The relief that Leticia seeks seems based on mental and emotional harms from the alleged infringement of her First Amendment rights. Count 1 and 3 fail to state plausible claims for compensatory damages, and this is the only form of monetary relief that she seeks. The court therefore dismisses her damages in counts 1 and 3 under Federal Rule 12b-6 with prejudice. Now, the final issue, the failure to exhaust under the PLRA. The final issue the court confronts is defendant's exhaustion defense. Defendants argue that the court should dismiss the claims in counts 1 and 3 because plaintiff hasn't satisfied the PLRA's mandatory administrative exhaustion requirement. Defendants substantiate their argument with evidence that goes beyond plaintiff's amended complaint. The court denies this portion of the motion without prejudice. Okay. Defendants are, of course, correct that the PLRA requires the plaintiff to exhaust her administrative remedies for her claims before she can pursue them in federal court, which she didn't do. She was supposed to, if you have a problem, you go to, first the top guard in like your housing unit, right? Then the head over them, then the head over them, then the warden. Then if you don't get the warden, you go to the secretary of corrections for the whole state, which is Jeff Smuda, what she did. But she, according to, KDOC, she didn't do that. Some of these things that she's asking for relief about, she never even made one report about. And Rachel, thank you for being a member for 9 months. Hey, girl. Okay. They are also correct that PLRA requires compliance with Kansas's prison regulations, and they are correct that this is not a jurisdictional requirement, but a waivable affirmative defense. The court's disagreement with defendants is in their insistence that the court set aside the usual requirement that the grounds for dismissal based on an affirmative defense be evident from the operative complaint's allegations. Ordinarily, motions to dismiss based on affirmative defenses that rely on evidence beyond the operative complaint must be treated as motions for summary judgment unless the court ignores the evidence. Defendants urge the court employ a different framework for defenses that argue a failure to follow mandatory claims processing rule. In this case, administrative exhaustion. Again, that she didn't report it the way she was supposed to before trying to bring a federal lawsuit. They asked the court to treat this aspect of their motion as an unenumerated rule. 12b motion for a matter in abatement. But the court recently explained in a different case that there is no special provision in the federal rules of civil procedure for matters in abatement, and the court is not inclined to rewrite or apply an atextual gloss to them to provide for one absent further instruction from the 10th Circuit. To the defendant's credit, they have anticipated this and asked the court in the alternative to convert their motion to dismiss for failure to exhaust into a motion for summary judgment. Okay, so whether to convert a motion to dismiss into a motion for summary judgment is committed to the court's discretion, and the court in its discretion, oh my gosh, they declined to do so. Okay. What are you going to do, Judge? Huh? The court, therefore, does not consider the evidence defendants attached to their motion. What? Why? Why? So do you guys remember the last thing we read was this huge motion to dismiss from Kansas Department of Corrections, and it had all this stuff that she had, like it was full of information. It showed every single complaint she ever made. Remember? And or about these things. And we talked about how like Kansas isn't releasing that information. So it's pretty cool to have this court filing, because otherwise we just wouldn't know what she was complaining about. We wouldn't see her kites and things like that. Now that she's back in Colorado, though. But anyway, so the court is not allowed to take it, or not going to take any of that evidence into consideration. Okay. And without the benefit of this evidence, defendants failed to carry their initial burden to show that she had what? Oh my God. How can they show it if you don't take the evidence? What? Oh my gosh. Without the benefit of this evidence, defendants fail to carry their initial burden to show Leticia has failed to exhaust her administrative remedies. The court therefore denies without prejudice defendant's motion to the extent it seeks dismissal. If defendants choose to pursue their exhaustion defense and intend to rely on evidence beyond her amended complaint, they may do so with a Rule 56 motion for summary judgment, along with the notice Local Rule 56.1 requires. So, the court therefore orders that the defendant's motion is granted in part and denied in part. The court dismisses without prejudice plaintiff's official capacity claims for compensatory damages. The court dismisses with prejudice her individual capacity claims for compensatory damages, and they deny without prejudice the KDOC's motion to dismiss based on exhaustion. The claims remaining in this case, so it's still not done. Are you serious? And, we know that you provided all the proof that she didn't, report any of this stuff, and that the things she did report don't line up with her claims now. But I'm sorry, we can't actually look at your evidence, so it doesn't matter. And that was a lot. It was like 60 pages? I don't know. It took me like 4 laps to read through it all, especially because it was her crazy ass complaints that were just off the wall. And of course you have to talk in between. Oh my gosh. So they deny without prejudice the motion to the extent it seeks dismissal of counts 1 and 3 for plaintiff's failure to satisfy the exhaustion. The claims remaining are those for 1, prospective injunctive relief against defendants in their official capacities in counts 1, 2, and 3, and 2, damages against defendants in their personal. Wow. Okay. And count 2. It is so ordered. So you know what I need to do? Just one second. Let's go back to this damn body cam for a second, because I need to double check what count 2 is. So one second. Let me just save something and I can get it out of my files. Let's see. So count 2 is that has to do with the essay, no? Visitation, Idaho. Removed. Stearns. Hold on, I got a lot of documents in here. Let's see. Dang, man. I just can't. I guess. Leticia Stauch. I believe that is the SA claims, right? Okay, here we go. Well, this is the Martinez documents, which is like this huge report that they did based on all of her claims. Let me see if we can see what number 2 was. Why does it say her name for conviction is Letecia Taylor Stauch, but true name is Letecia Taylor Harden? That's kind of strange. Hey, Susan. So, you guys, if you're coming in late, the judge has dismissed some of her claims, but the lawsuit is not over and she's not even there anymore. So she's asking for relief, which she's already gotten. I want to know more about that, but they did not dismiss count 2. And we were looking to see if we could find out what that was. I believe that is the SA claims. Let me see. Plaintiff claims she was prevented from religiously affiliating herself as Native American. She claims her tablet was taken as a form of retaliation. Wait, it says her claim that the tablet was taken as a form of retaliation is erroneous. Her tablet was removed from her possession after she was found abusing the electronic messaging system and selling her clothing via a third party on eBay. Count 3. All right, here we go. Here we go. So this is what the prison has to say about count 2. So it'll tell us what it is and also their story. Oh, okay. This has to do with the oh God. You know what? She might have a good claim here though. So when she first was moved to Kansas Department of Corrections. Oh, sorry, hit the mic. When she was first moved, we searched that place and you could find like several lawsuits, lots of claims that this was a terrible prison, that the guards were violent, things like that. If you search the prison she's at now, you ain't going to find that. Not immediately. You might if you dig, but immediately you're going to find that they're the first prison to have a podcast of prisoners and things like that. No wonder she wanted to go back. But so I'm not saying, here's the problem. When somebody lies, you can't believe shit they say ever. And with Leticia, she has, hello, back to the fake break-in. She's done so many lies. Can't believe anything she says, but let's take a look at the count they didn't dismiss. Hey, A for Advocate. Is that you? Hey, Thistle. Good to see you. I would pay money to know who bought her crusty crotch clothes. Yeah. I just, here's the thing. She's already got her way. She's back in Colorado. I mean, I guess that can be a good thing too, because they're way more open with their records. Okay. I was waiting for A for Advocate to comment if that was her. Winter Sky, how the heck was she able to sell clothes? Good question. I have no idea. Yes, it is. Yeah, I talked to Rob about interviewing Casey. He said the message. Oh, okay. Awesome. Yeah, let's do it. And I miss you. I'm happy to see you. All right. One of them prisoners she was talking shit and throwing ass water on in Colorado. Let's go. Catch her snaggletooth ass slipping one day. Back from the dead, baby. Well, I'm happy to see you. All right, here's her count 2. So, Letecia Stauch, if you're just coming in or just to give the rundown, she has sued every facility she's been in pretty much, and she's had this big lawsuit with Kansas Department of Corrections we've been following. There are a lot of claims. A lot of them have been dismissed, but count 2 has not been dismissed, and we're going to take a look at that. She has been moved back to Colorado, Denver Women's, and yeah, that's that. So plaintiff claims that she has been and is still being exposed to frequent sewage backups in her cell and other cells near her. Plaintiff has been housed in 10 cells since her arrival. The physical plant supervisor oversees the maintenance and environmental conditions, and they confirmed that no backups have been observed in any of the cells, including the 10 which her ass has resided in. While no sewage has entered residential cells, wastewater has backed up into certain showers. Most of these backups, now when I think about it, I could see why a judge, look at the way this is worded. No, it's not in her cell, but it has gotten into the showers. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, I don't know. Most of these backups are the result of residents intentionally clogging toilets and sinks with clothing or bedding, which causes the drainage water to rinse into the shower. When wastewater is reported, maintenance personnel try to immediately respond and block off traffic to the area. They try to, it's scary. The prison is in the process of upgrading its solid waste sewer system to address this issue, and it is expected to be complete in 2025. So that's the first claim in count 2. She also claims there's no hot water in any of the cells in her unit and that the sinks are inoperable. The prison says hot water is available in all sinks and showers, but it may take a few seconds to become available. Let's see what else is in here. Again, they're talking about the hot water. Oh, yeah, the mold claims. Plaintiff claims she's been exposed to mold. The only document to which plaintiff mentions mold is in a grievance that claims inadequate medical care from a nurse. Plaintiff has not filed a grievance or maintenance about any mold. So here's what the prison is saying. She's claiming to have these problems, but she's never told us. And here's the proof. Here's all of her grievances. And the judge was like, no, sorry, can't look at those. Okay. So they claim, nope, no species of mold has been identified in any of the cells she's lived in. She claims she was exposed to contaminated water. Now remember this, and here's the thing with this one. The other lawsuits from other prisoners claim the same thing, but they were all working together. So of course they did. Their lawsuits all sounded the same. Leticia is the mold. Okay, so they did have a boiled water advisory, but the prison claims that they let everyone know. They gave a verbal notice. They had signs up all over the facility on the water fountains. The water supply was shut off, things like that. They got bottled water. She also claims her cell has inadequate ventilation. So this is the only remaining count in this lawsuit that's open, right? So the judge, it makes me feel good, honestly. They should care. The prison shouldn't have wastewater backed up into them and stuff. This is the one thing the judge wants more on. So she did not appeal any claim or grievance regarding inadequate ventilation, even though she's claiming that she's inhaling toxins. She claims that the prison staff denies her access to cleaning products. To the contrary, residents are strongly encouraged to clean their own frickin' living spaces. Of course, doing so provides a safer and healthier environment. Plus, then, it's less work for the janitors, right? Plaintiff did not appeal any claim or grievance regarding access to cleaning supplies. Oh, wow. Imagine that. She also claims in count 2 that leaking windows allow for temperature extremes and rats to access her cell, or vermin, which I think is rats, right? No evidence of window leaks, mold, or vermin have been found in any of the cells she has resided in. She claims the food she receives is inadequately prepared and does not meet nutritional guidelines. That's in count 2, okay? But the prison is in the process of also renovating the kitchen. So all these inmates have claims about the prison's sewage system and their kitchen, but just so happens that they are right now upgrading the sewage system in the kitchen. I would not be surprised if it's terrible in there, truly. If you see like lawsuits before she ever was a member or a whatever at that facility, we were seeing horrific stuff coming out of there. I really would not be surprised. I'm curious what you guys think. Me too. Coffee and skeletons. No vermin for me. So at this time, the meals were being put in food warmers and distributed from a mobile facility, and they acknowledged that. So, so this is in count 2 as well. She alleges the prison retaliated against her for filing a PREA complaint about the SA by removing her from a porter position and for issuing her a disciplinary report for failing to appear for work. On December 13th, she did, not go to work for a couple of days. She was found not guilty because it was a religious holiday and the disciplinary report was dismissed. And the PREA manager says that, no, that's not true about her being retaliated against. So this is the only count we have open. It does include a couple other people, Valerie Watts, Miss Chavez, what was her? Holly Chavez, I think it was. I wouldn't be surprised if this is true, but I mean, she's out of there. What does she want? The judge won't do anything else. She's not going to get any money, even though she asked for it. They moved her. Do you call in at prison or no call, no show? Jen Liu has been amazing with the Karen Reed trial and making my work days amazing. I'm going to drop her link right now if anybody's interested. I'm telling you, she's very knowledgeable about that stuff. And if you're going to watch the trial, that's a good place to do it. All right, let's see. Let me just see here what we can find real quick. Hold on. I'll take us back to this.
Okay.
You guys can watch this while I look. Okay. Is that okay? I just want to see if it's made the news yet that she's been transferred, because I believe I can show you pretty easily that it has every other time, but they try to do it pretty quietly. So let's look.
Something that's missing when.
You don't know for sure.
I don't know for sure. Right.
Okay.
I could have I pulled it when I was pulling in the garage light. No, nothing was working, so I was in a hurry to get in the house.
Okay.
And I had the gun with me. So what I'm saying is, I don't want to say that I didn't grab it.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Was your car in the garage this morning? You pulled it out after he came and caught you. Okay. So I'm going to be completely honest with you. None of this makes any sense to me. It's weird. So I'm going to tell you how exactly I'm looking at it. He texts you right before he's coming home, and then the garage door won't work. You tell me you hear it. Well, the only way that can happen for it to go partially up, it has to have power. I even tested it, and I turned the breaker off, and the garage door wouldn't move because I've never seen one that has a battery backup. Maybe some industrial type thing, but none that moves. And then there's no mud or dirt coming in that window, and nothing around it is disturbed. Normally when somebody comes to a window, they knock stuff over and they get dirt on it and stuff like that. So I'm going to give you one chance to be honest with me. I do believe that whatever happened the other night did happen. You guys both saw it happen. And I understand if you're scared, he's out working midnights. He's gone.
I want to show y'all something, but let's just take.
And you want a reason to have him home.
One last
No.
look at this.
Okay, no.
Sorry, I get too much
Do
enjoyment
you
out
see
of
where I'm
this.
coming from, though?
No, sir. That is absolutely incorrect.
Okay. I just have to ask you because that's what everything is
Wow.
pointing to right now.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm not calling you a liar or anything like that.
Albert,
Wow.
Really?
I don't know. Babe.
I mean, he wasn't here.
I'm not telling you. I think I'm not.
Oh my God! Are y'all insane?
No, Tisha.
I'm telling you what. I'm telling you what I'm thinking right now.
Oh, you're absolutely wrong.
And I could be. I'm not a genius.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm going to.
Oh my God.
I cannot
Okay.
believe that you would let someone say that to me.
I'm not letting you. He's a police officer trying to make sense of it. I'm trying to.
I can't believe you would let someone say that to me.
Well, it's not his fault. He doesn't control what I say.
I'm not.
Hey,
Really?
Becky.
He doesn't.
Tisha, they have responsibility.
When I'm
And you're
can I get a
still, like,
CR for
not
a
even
secondary
taking
bird?
my
I'm not
side.
even-
I'm getting the.
And you're still like not even taking my side. I didn't even notice that. Look at her right here. She'll come up right here where my mouse is. And then I'm going to show you guys an article and then I'll let you go. But okay.
His fault. He doesn't control what I say.
Right here.
I'm not
Really?
He doesn't.
Tisha, they have responsibility.
When I'm
And you're
can I get a
still, like,
CR for
not
a
even
secondary
taking
bird?
my
I'm not
side.
even-
I've been in the
He's
bedroom
not
all night,
attacking you.
scared to death. We came home the other night terrified.
We did, yeah.
And you're still not even taking my side. I've been in the bedroom all night scared to death. Oh my God. Yeah, what's Al supposed to do? Deck the police officer? I know. Pan Man, it's so good. Okay, so we have to wait to see what's going to happen with count 2. Is there going to be a trial? Like, I guess there has to be, right? It's a civil case, but now that she's in Colorado, I don't know how they would do that. If somebody does know with more education on that stuff, let me know because I need to know. But let me show you. So it's not hit the news when she moved before, but just to take like let me show you guys. There were so many articles about her being moved to Kansas. So here we have Inside Edition. Killer stepmother Letecia Stauch removed from Colorado prison months into life sentence. Colorado previously moved another high-profile inmate to a different state in 2019 when Chris Watts began serving his life sentences. We're still going to talk about that, you guys, by the way, when we get a chance. The Colorado woman sentenced to life in prison after being convicted of murdering her stepson is no longer behind bars in that state. Leticia is now serving her sentence out in Kansas as of earlier this week, according to a spokesperson for the Colorado Department of Corrections, who spoke with Inside Edition Digital. So the prison spoke directly with Inside Edition at this time, which, I mean, I showed you guys. They sent me, when I requested, they sent me her intake paperwork, but there wasn't too much on there. But the spokesperson would not comment further about the reason for her relocation. See if it goes any further into that. There have been incidents between Stauch and law enforcement officers ever since. Look at this article. Listen to this line here. There have been incidents between Stauch and law enforcement officers ever since her arrest back in 2020, most of which occurred in jail as she awaited trial. No kidding, dude. Stauch even unleashed on a member of law enforcement shortly after her arrest for the murder of Gannon. She assaulted a deputy who was armed and attempted to reach for her gun, which we've seen that when she hits her with the monster can. Stauch is then seen with her head and arms down around the dazed deputy's waist as the driver has to pull over to subdue her. We know all about that. I'm not going to read any more about that. So Inside Edition spoke with the prison back then. I don't see anybody who has reported about this recent move besides the YouTube channel Kit, where I saw it and then we've talked about it. So let's see here. They're not going to let me read the article, really? Colorado Sprint, the Gazette. I forgot. I've paid for this before, but it will not let me read it unless I do it again, and I'm not doing it. So, anyways, that is that. Whoa, why is my hair? I got like baby hair sticking straight out. I look like Melanie Gibb. But yeah, so I'm going to let you guys go. We'll keep an eye on what happens with count 2. And, I talked to Jen and Melissa too about will I or we request anything now that she's in Colorado? Maybe. I was kind of done with the Leticia thing, but it would be interesting to hear the calls currently. Every call we've heard, all of that is from before. There were a couple calls released from right after her conviction when she was in Colorado. Thank you, Coffee and Skeletons. I need a wash. But yeah, so maybe I should be like this. I hope you have a good weekend, Natasha. Oh yeah, it is a holiday, is it? Well, we're going live still. So that's what I was going to say. I'm going to post this recent document onto Patreon and the link for this Idaho stuff because you might want to go through it. There is a ton of pictures and videos. Tomorrow night, we're coming on here and we're going through Idaho stuff from the beginning, things you probably don't even remember seeing, things I didn't remember seeing, and maybe some stuff you haven't seen before. And then regarding everyone involved, including Brian, from kind of start to finish. Amber Truth Seeker gave me an awesome link, and I'm going to drop her link right now. She has a great channel. Please check it out. Yeah, and I'm going to post that on the free tier on Patreon, by the way, so you can just go and join as a free member, and you guys can get that. And if not, maybe, or if so, either way, hopefully I will see you here tomorrow, same time, same place. Creative Minds. So that was part of her lawsuit, but it doesn't appear that that has anything to do with her move. I don't know. The other thing is she has a appeal in Colorado. Leticia does. That's open, or it's happening, but it's sealed, so we can't see it. We don't know what's going on. So. All right, Coffee and Skeletons. Well, I hope you guys have a good night. I will see you here tomorrow for Idaho stuff. I want to talk about all of that on the link, but I also want to talk about the recent stuff. Melissa, I want to drop her channel. She has put out, her and Shay watched an interview with Steve a week or two ago, and he dropped some new information. Then we know that Dateline dropped a bunch of new information. Now Anne is trying to have the trial pushed back because of that. And I want to show where some of that same information kind of leaked out months and months ago. So maybe it's true. But anyways, thank you guys for being here. And yeah, I really appreciate you guys. Welcome to the new members. Thank you, Bogart. I got a new mic, which I hope it sounds okay, but it also is convenient because I have a tooth that is broken that I am waiting on it's getting fixed, but I have a few crowns that I need to do, and I'm waiting on some lab. I went and they're starting the process, but they have to try to see how it looks and go back, send it back to the lab, see how it looks. So I'm in the process of getting it fixed. So it sucks though. I'm gonna tell y'all that. It really sucks. But anyway. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there, but oh, thank you, Natasha. Girl, I don't know. You don't want to see this one. And it's like my canine. Not happy about it, but it's all good. But anyways, yeah, I just happy to be back with you guys. See, I'm gonna do a 20-minute goodbye if I don't end it, because sometimes I just want to sit here and talk shit with you guys, not actual talking shit. I mean, I could do that too, but I got better things to do. But just hang out and shoot the shit. But I'm gonna let y'all go. Good, neat. I'm glad. And I'll see you tomorrow. I hope you guys have a good night. And yeah, just really Do what, Bicrums? I do really appreciate you guys. And yeah, I miss you. I miss hanging out with you. So, we're getting back to Casey Anthony this coming week too, which I'm excited about, Melissa and I. So I'm going to drop a few of the channels I mentioned. Lil Red, who got us the documents. Bendy, doing Karen Reed, has done a lot of Leticia stuff with me. Melissa and Amber, who both are Idaho, Leticia, Amber with Watts. I want you guys to check out those channels. And I'm going to end it before I will loop and say the same shit over and over just because I miss hanging out with y'all and I could sit here and just chill. So I'm going to end it to save us all from my looping. But I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. Bye.